Once upon a time, there was a new big grand masjid being built. At that masjid, there was a young man who was working in its construction. At the completion of the masjid, the Sultan commanded all the workers to leave. And the reason is his daughter, the princess, had asked him a special request to be the first one to go into that masjid and pray 2 rakats in the musalla with no one else there. The construction workers left, but there was this one construction worker was falling behind. He was late and he didn't realize that everyone else had left and they had allowed the princess into the masjid to go to pray. So, as he is leaving, he catches a glimpse of the princess inside the musalla of the masjid, praying 2 rakats of nafil salah. And the scene was just so incredible to him. It was such an amazing, beautiful scene that became imprinted in his mind, and he basically just fell in love with the princess. But then it became more than that. He became infatuated with her. So when he came home, he told his mother what had happened, and he said, "You have to go to the Sultan and ask for the princess' hand in marriage." His mother replied, "I can't do that. You are a construction worker, and the Sultan is not going to have his daughter marry you." But this construction worker became infatuated and crazed. He couldn't work, he couldn't think, eat, sleep. He was just in a miserable state. And the mother, out of fearing for her son and his well being, she realizes if she does not do something, he may die because he is refusing food and water. So she goes to the palace and she asks to speak to the Sultan, but the guards turn her away. And she insists, saying, "My son is going to die. I have to talk to the Sultan." So finally, the guard lets her into the palace and she is able to talk to the Sultan. She mentions the story to the Sultan, and the Sultan, being kind and wise, asks that she comes back with her son. So they come back together, and the Sultan tells the construction worker, after everyone leaves the masjid at night time, after the Isha prayer, you have to come and pray Qiyam in this masjid for 40 nights. If you do this for 40 nights straight, I will allow you to marry my daughter. The Sultan then continued, there will be someone there to make sure that you come, and if you miss a day, we will know about it. If you continue praying Qiyamul Layl for 40 days, if you fulfill your end of the bargain, I will consider you for my daughter for marriage. So the construction worker is excited. This is a chance of lifetime. He goes the first night and he prays Qiyam in the masjid after everyone leaves. And he goes the second day and the third. And after a few weeks, he notices he is getting better. He is eating again. He cares about life again. And eventually, he starts to really enjoy coming to the masjid and praying Qiyamul Layl after everyone has left. He begins to love it so much that he prays to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never takes away these beautiful moments he has with him praying in solitude. So 40 days passed, 50 days passed, 60 days passed, 70 days passed, and the Sultan calls to see the construction worker. He says, the construction worker, how come you didn't come to see me? You fulfilled your end of the bargain. You fulfilled all 40 nights. We saw you pray, yet you didn't come to see me after the 40th night. How come? The construction worker turns to the Sultan and says, before I saw your daughter, my heart was empty. And the first thing of beauty that my heart was exposed to was your daughter. And that's why I grabbed onto that image. But after I started praying Qiyamul Layl in the masjid for 40 nights, my heart experienced a beauty that was much more than her. My heart witnessed a beauty that was never felt before. And he goes on, tell the Sultan, thank you offering me your daughter, but I am happy where I am and in no need of her. And he goes on his way, and he doesn't marry the princess because he has found a love, beauty and happiness that was much, much greater than just seeing the princess that one time. This is the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the beauty of a close relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is something that only the one who has experienced it can only talk about it. And even if they talk about it, they can never do justice and truly explain.